Hi, I'm Vidya Balan,
Hi, I'm Shefali Shah.
and today we are going to break down some of the scenes from our film Jalsa for you.
Interestingly, there are a lot of things in the film that Suresh doesn't underline and leaves it upon the audience to understand it with what is going on, which is what I really like about the way he works, is that he does not spell it out.
काय को सुन के लिया बेवकूफ बना रहे आप लोग धमका रहे डरा रहे
अरे माइक इधर कुछ सुन के लिए
और नहीं तो क्या चुपचाप बैठा रहा जाने तेरे साले
The dominance between the husband and the wife is not just pertaining to the cops. You can make out right from the word go who has a higher hand, who is also a doer in the family. Salim isn't, Ruksana is.
देख अपनी लड़की भी इतनी रात को बाहर घूम रही थी
तो ठोक देने का उसको
A lot of times I was asked that is it also trying to make a social statement that victims are still blamed? I don't see it that way. I see it, even if it was Ruksana's son, even if it was her brother, she would have said the same thing. That just because somebody is out on the street, does it give you
The
a
right.
leeway and a right to go and run over somebody? Yes, this line really worked for everyone. When the first time the trailer came out, to kya thok dene ka usko. But according to me, the moment that I really like is in the end when I look at the nurse and just that small thing of she's fine now. Just
I was just going to say that to you, because while that scene is so, it tells you the dynamics between them. It tells you who wears the pants in the relationship. All that is happening. She's irritated and saying that, but the cops should take responsibility now to find out instead of saying that the girl shouldn't have been out. So there's anger. Suddenly when she sees the nurse, her demeanor changes. You know that she's a woman who will do anything for her children. That one look saying, you've done something
It's
so
okay.
beautifully, it's so small. I almost feel it happened unconsciously.
I think that for me is
The scene.
somewhere. I mean, I know that the dynamics of the husband and wife are very important in this scene, but for me, that moment really works.
पढ़ रही थी लाइट चालू था माया मैडम क्या कर रही है करके मैं कुछ नहीं बोल रही हूँ तो मैं सीधा उनसे ही बात करती
Also, there's another thing that comes up, which is what Suresh had told me. She gets stuck on things. वो पढ़ रही थी, light चालू था, which she repeats in the garage scene. When she gets stuck on something, gas बंद था.
But she has a courage of conviction, na?
Yeah.
She's able to stand her ground and say, my daughter was not in the wrong.
Yeah.
She told
Yeah.
me, वो पढ़ रही थी, अब तनुजा ने देखा लाइट
Light
चालू
चालू
था,
था.
and I trust my daughter. Who are you to question it?
Yeah.
कुरैशी चाचा है ना अपने पाई धोनी वाले वो बोले मेरे को कि अपने लोग हैं अच्छा हॉस्पिटल है बेस्ट केयर मिलेगा बच्चे को इधर
There is no Qureshi Chacha.
Yeah.
That guy has come and fibbed, and
she smelled the rat.
it's so blatant.
Yeah.
Which both of them know. But the husband is still not answering or questioning about that. So it's not only to the cop, the anger towards the cops, it's also like,
Towards
क्या
the
चुपचाप
husband.
सुन लेता है यार हर बार.
एक मिनट गया 10 लाख
अरे मैं ट्राई किया रे रुखसाना
और तूने वापस सुन लिया ना चुपचाप
लेकिन वो बोल रहे अभी इससे ज्यादा एक पैसा भी नहीं
कुछ नहीं 25 बोला है 25 लेंगे
The number you are trying to call is currently unavailable.
Yes, Maya is going through a great deal of anxiety, confusion, guilt at this point. And so far, the day that she gets to know that Ruksana's daughters had an accident and she goes to the hospital, she meets her, she gets them moved to a better hospital. After that, she's not really interacted with them. So she's doing whatever she needs to. But, you know, now facing Ruksana, being in the same space as Ruksana is an uncomfortable feeling because now you can't run away from it.
कॉफी लाऊं?
नहीं.
वो इंश्योरेंस वालों का फोन था, वो बहुत मच करते हैं। मैडम, आलिया ठीक हो रही है अभी, पहले से अच्छी है। वो डॉक्टर लोग बोले अभी बात भी करने लगेगी।
You have to face your guilt, your worst fears. And she's trying to call Rohini. Rohini is not responding. It's just, and Ruksana is being like sweet. She's saying, coffee banao. And she doesn't want to meet her eyes. She's like, just get out of my sight, na. Why are you here in the first place? And why are you being nice to my son? And why does my son like you so much?
Say hi. अभी नहीं बाबा, बाद में करते हैं।
Yeah, I know.
All of this because it's like I've done something wrong to your child, and here you are reminding me again and again that you're so good to mine. It was almost bordering on hate, which comes from deep guilt. Actually, we didn't read the rest of the scene.
No.
We only did that beginning bit when Ruksana gets the call and then she comes in and says, you know, kya padhai kar raha hai ki time pass? And that interaction is so sweet when he says time pass. That also irks her. Suresh wanted to figure our dynamic there. What is Ruksana feeling? What is Maya feeling? Maya, of course, imagines she's talking to Rohini, which is why Rohini's phone is unavailable. It's so beautifully layered. There are so many things happening.
मैं करती हूँ बात।
Are you okay? What is this, Ayush? Have you hurt yourself? What were you doing, Ayush?
I've done. I've done.
क्या जरूरत थी सबकी, हाँ? Don't move now.
बाबा मैंने बोला था ना किचन में मस्ती मत करो, तुम ठीक है ना?
You know, one of my favoriteest moments is Maya looks for some. She doesn't even know where to look for the cloth to wipe the floor with. You know, because or to pick up the glass with, because she's not familiar with the kitchen. It's actually Ruksana's domain. So she goes, finds something, and she comes and begins to clean it. And Ruksana, in
Says, "Ye nahi."
innocence, ye nahi. And I think that is a trigger because it's unexpressed fear which is taking all these forms.
अच्छा वो है कि तुम हो, तुमको समझना चाहिए ना, ध्यान कहाँ है तुम्हारा?
मैडम मैं
Don't argue, Ruksana. Just leave.
सॉस ही तो है ना माया।
माँ,
I don't have fun.
आयुष, stop.
चलो आयुष।
You won't have
Chalo.
fun.
We don't have too many scenes together, but it was our playground.
Yeah.
You know, we got to, and there, I also love the moment when Ayush
Says
keeps,
it's not her
yeah, it's
fault.
not her fault, and he's on a loop. Even the mother say, it's only sauce, na Maya. Imagine in your own house you're being reprimanded in front of your
her house.
yeah,
help.
in front of your cook. Yeah. What do they say? Adding salt to the injury.
वो नहीं मैडम, मैं करती हूँ। तुम उसको क्या सुना रही हो? गैस ऑन छोड़ के कौन गया था?
गैस बंद है मैडम, मैं बंद करके गई।
नहीं, मैंने बंद किया।
मैडम मैंने बंद किया था।
When she's picking up the glass, her nails are dirty. So they were, but I don't think it registers so much in that. And that's another one of the things that
Triggers.
It's like she's finding faults
Yeah.
to head to where it heads.
Yeah.
When they're down on the floor, and the more she's trying to get away, Maya, the more Ruksana's following her.
Yeah, it's
So she's
almost like, why are you in my space?
Why are you in my space?
That physical discomfort of someone coming
Yeah.
so close
Yeah.
to you, know,
Yeah.
especially when you're trying to run away. I think all those things just added to the tension.
Pick it up, Ayush. No.
Just when I read the scene also, I thought it was such a beautiful scene, but the thought of actually saying what I did to Ayush, I think shattering for me. Then of course I told Suresh that, you know, I can't say this to Ayush, and I kept feeling like that boy is going to hate me. That I didn't want to hurt him. I had to be so brutal. So we did some sessions with Pooja, and then we played out some scenes like improv. But I was still nervous, and I have to say, Sunita ji, you know, I kept telling her that I don't know how I'm going to do this. You know, she said something very beautiful to me, which gave me a lot of strength. She said when he read the scene in the script, he told her, you would never say that to me. I said, oh wow, that's a great starting point. So he knows that. And then a little later, one day when Surya and I was talking to each other, and I said, oh my God, you know, I wish I didn't have to say all this to you. And he said, no, but I know this is Ayush's mom saying this to Ayush. It's not you saying it to me. Again, it gave me so much strength. But on the day we were doing the scene, Suresh didn't want us to rehearse, so I did it.
Ayush, say sorry.
No.
Ayush, say...
Ma, don't interfere.
Ma, pick it up, Ayush. Maya.
No, no.
Pick
no.
it up, Ayush.
No, no, no. You're weird.
I'm weird.
Yes,
I'm weird.
Maya.
yes.
तुम्हें पता है weird क्या है?
Maya.
It's one of those scenes that everyone mentions to me.
Yeah.
And everyone mentions Surya in that to me, saying how he's reacted is, it's so normal, right?
Yeah.
He's not acting.
He's not at all.
Yeah, and yet he knows that he is acting. That, for me, is the best part of the scene.
And what I also liked very much is Suresh muted out the sound.
Yeah.
I think it was terrific. Because also, when you are not hearing it,
You
it
imagine
can go,
worse.
You imagine
Yeah.
worse. It can go to any level.
And so many people have told me that, you know, the fact that there's music to it makes you imagine the worst.
Worse, yeah.
And it makes it so powerful. You know, and I wanted Rohini ma'am to actually hit me, thapak, thapak, thapak. She would do it very mildly because she was conscious of hitting me, and I kept telling her, no, just go for it. But in that one take, I think something happened. I don't think she hit me as much as she pushed me, you know, I almost go like that. But that did something also for it feels like a violent reaction.
Also, you know, while I was watching the scene, she's holding you back. So it's almost like a half. It's a very strange umbilical cord that's going around with all three of you. And there is half of you which is being held back. And there is half of you which is lashing out. And you once or twice you've tried to do it. But otherwise, you've done the scene like this. You've let her hold it. It's a very, very strange physical structure.
I think even the way it's written, that Rohini ma'am is as much a mother to Ayush.
Yeah.
So is Ruksana.
Yeah.
But you know, there are times when Maya wants to establish that I am the mother.
Right. It's a lot.
Yeah. If you haven't watched Jalsa yet, then it's streaming on Amazon Prime Video and you must watch it.